Hello everyone, welcome to today's session on programming and problem solving. My name is S.A. Gade and this is my email ID for your contact. Today we will learn new concept from Python programming, that is functions in Python. First of all, we will discuss what is the function. Function are the organized block of reusable code, and that code we can call multiple times wherever we required it. Function block contains set of programming statement, and this block or functions block we can call multiple times. Generally, most of the developer use function because while developing their code, they don't require to write same code again and again. They can be called function multiple times in their programming code or their application from any place in program and any number of times. Program can easily track the large program when it is divided in multiple times in multiple functions. Developer prefer to use function because reusability is the main achievement of function. Generally, function is divided in two parts. One is the function defining part and second is the function calling. We will be see this one by one. First of all, we will see the syntax of function defining. Function is defined using the def keyword. Here, def is a keyword for function defining begins from this keyword. And file name. Here, user can give any name as a file name. And function parameter. In this place, user can give multiple parameter or input at a time of execute code. Colon is also important part in this function defining. These are line 1 and line 2 are the user given statement. That means user here can be print their objective or whatever he want to execute. He can be written in this line 1 and line 2. Return is the keyword that indicate the value to be sent back to the caller. Now here indentation is very important because this due to indentation line 1, line 2 and return, this statement become the part of your function. If you remove that indentation, then Python will be considered to be outside of the function these lines. That means it will become independent lines. Now here important is important that no header file or declaration of types of function or argument is required here. Now we will see the second part, function calling part. Function call can be done using the file name with round brackets. You have to only type the name of your function with round bracket. Suppose see one example here. Suppose here I have written a function whose name is hello, and in that function there are two types. And first print statement print the welcome to the Python world, and second print the statement bye. Now these two lines are user given statement. This is the defining part. It is seen by def keyword. Hello is a function name, and due to these two round brackets, it tells interpreter that it is a function. These three lines are the function defining part. Now what is the function calling? This is the function calling. Here you can call particular function using the function name with two round brackets. Okay. Another important thing in this case is user must take care, that is precaution, that function must be defined before function calling. See in this case, this is the defining part. That part should be written first and then you can execute the function calling. See, first we will execute this code first, then we will see what happens if we return the function calling before the function defining part. See here, function or code executes successfully. But if you write this function calling before the function defining part, you can see what happens. Here name error is occur. It tells us that name hello is not defined. Therefore, you cannot call function before the defining part. Okay. Next, we will see the parameters in function. User can pass his input to the function. That input is called as a parameter in programming language. Sometimes it also called as an argument or information. Such parameter must be specified in the parentheses of function. Parentheses mean brackets of function. User can be passed multiple parameters in the parentheses with separated by a comma. Suppose this example here. We will change some code here. Now in this case, name is a parameter because it is in between two braces, round bracket. It is in between parentheses, so it is become now input or information to function. Okay. Now I have made some changes in previous example. Here I have taken input as a name and I will be passed some input through the function calling. Suppose input name is ABC. ABC is the name which we want to pass to the function as a name. Let's try to execute this code. We have to return here function name correctly. Okay, see the output hello ABC by ABC. In this case, ABC was the name or input which we have transferred through your function calling to the function defining. Instead of ABC, instead of name, ABC will be transferred here and that ABC will be print in front of hello. In second case, it will be print in front of by. Now let's suppose we want to take input from user at runtime. Then we will make some changes here. We will be accept a name from user. For that we can use input function to accept some value from user. Now here it is not necessary for us to pass some input because this input we will accept from user. Now we will run this code by using this function call. Here this statement is executed now. We will provide some name here. Suppose name is ABC again. That ABC will be accepted by this input statement and then it will be stored in variable name whose name is name. Okay. See the output hello ABC by ABC. In this code, user will assign some input to variable name and that variable will be given to the function as a parameter or input. In function, you can pass multiple inputs simultaneously. Also, we will see that example also. Suppose I will be make some changes in this code. In this example, we have defined a function whose name is sum, and in that function, we are accepting two input in the form of a and b parameter. This is the function defining part. This is the function calling part. In function calling part, we are giving two input a and b to the function. Now let's see the execution of this code. Sorry, we have to pass here some input 4 and 5. See, the output is 9. In this case, 4 will be given directly to variable name as a as an input. 5 will be assigned to b as an input or parameter. It is also called as parameter or argument. Now in this code, we can also accept value from user. Suppose a is a variable in which we are accepting value from user. In value b or variable b, we will accept second number for calculation. Second number. Using this int statement, we are passing the input into integer value, because if we take input from user, by default it is a string format. Therefore, we require to convert it into integer data type. Therefore, here int function is used to parse this input function. Now it will be convert this variable as an integer data type. Now we don't require here to mention the input. We have to call only a and value of b. Now this statement will be asked us to enter first number. I will be give same parameter 4 and second parameter has a 5. This is our answer 9. We will take another example of multiple parameters. Suppose name hobby is my new function. In this function, we are passing two parameters. First is name and second parameter is the hobby. Now see in this example, my function name is name hobby, and in that function I am passing two parameters. First parameter is name and second parameter is hobby. This is my function calling part. This is my function defining part. Here I will be passed first input in the form of ABC. That ABC will be given to the name, and this reading book will be passed to the value as a parameter for hobby. Here, using this plus sign, we are concatenating the name in front of my name is. Again, same way, hobby will be concatenated in front of my hobby is. See the output. My name is ABC and my hobby is reading. Here I will be apply some spaces so that it will be execute clearly with spaces. See the now it is a okay. My name is ABC and my hobby is reading the book. Now we will see the return value. The return statement is used to end the execution of the function call and return result to the caller. The statement after the return statements are not executed. If you not used any expression with return statement, then special value will be assigned to the return. That name is none. User must take care while writing return statement that it cannot use outside the function. Let's see one example here. This is the syntax for return statement. Same here, defining part is there, calling part is there. We will take same example we see in previous slide. That is a function name with sum and with two input, that is in form of A and B. Now here function name is sum. There are two parameters. First parameter A is A and second parameter is B. Here we are using return statement, and in that statement we are returning A plus B. That is A will be added to the value of B. This is our defining part. Here we have calling this function in the print statement. Here print statement is used to call a function whose name is sum. Let's try to execute this code. Again, same mistake we have done here. We have to pass some input instead of A and B. See the sum is 9. In this way, return statement will be returned the addition of two parameters, and automatically this return statement will be provide this output to the function from where that function was called. That is this print statement. This is the return value given by the return statement. This was about basics related to the function. In next session, we will continue more information about the types of argument or parameter, in which we will learn required argument, keyword arguments, default argument, and variable arguments. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you very much.